the old man was a bit strange. In reality, the old man was over 80 years old, and his wife had just passed away a month ago. Since he was a child, he had been accustomed to being taken care of and had never done housework. Therefore, before she passed, his wife had prepared many things for him. But for the old man, the void his wife had left was so immense that he missed her even more. For him, tomorrow was not a hope, but an agony. The old man had also decided that he would soon be reunited with his wife. But there was one thing that always weighed on his mind: he had never been to a hair salon. Because his mother and wife were both hairdressers, he had always had his hair cut by them. Even though he had walked back and forth in front of the hair salon for 5 or 6 days straight, he still didn't have the courage to go inside. This made the old man very distressed. Whether you're 70 or 80, adapting to new changes doesn't seem to be easy. Every time, the old man would muster all his courage, but in the end, he would always give up. Actually, the old man hated his shyness. Just thinking about these things, he would become frustrated. But as long as he was alive, he had to bravely try new things. Even though he had never experienced it before, lately, the old man had been very busy because at his advanced age, he had to do everything himself, so he felt that time was passing very quickly. After several failed attempts, he became even more determined because he realized one thing: even at 80, he could still start doing some things again. Finally, the old man went into the hair salon and asked for a haircut. Kwang Soo actively greeted him. After some hesitation, the old man finally got his first ever haircut at a salon. We can say that in life, we will encounter many difficulties and challenges. As long as we bravely face them and dare to step out of our comfort zones, we will achieve unexpected results. Zen held the pregnancy test stick, happily jumping up and down. Her heart, which had been hanging in the balance, was finally relieved. She was not pregnant after all, and she happily called her boyfriend, planning a romantic date. However, as she was taking out the trash, getting ready to go out, she suddenly froze, because on the pregnancy test box, there was the following text: "Initial test results may not be accurate." Meanwhile, Kwang Soo, her boyfriend, was meticulously preparing a romantic candlelit dinner, waiting for Zen to arrive. Just then, his phone rang. It was Zen, calling to say she couldn't make it. A feeling of dread washed over her. Even when she saw a client's child crying, she was so frightened that she became flustered. To relieve her stress, she went outside to get some fresh air. However, the thought of potentially becoming a mother only made her more irritable. Kwang Soo realized she was in a bad mood. He then thought of Muyal, the experienced mentor, and wanted to ask him why his daughter wasn't answering his calls or texts. However, with such limited information, Muyol didn't know how to respond to Kwang Soo. Kwang Soo, on the other hand, insisted that Muyol should know, because Muyol was very knowledgeable about daughters. Afterwards, Muyol met with Zen and asked if she was upset with Kwang Soo, since Kwang Soo had confided in him. Zen also realized that she had been too cold towards Kwang Soo and decided she would talk to him openly. She told Kwang Soo that something really bad had happened and that she was a bit panicked. After saying this, Zen left the table and decided to go to the bathroom to double-check one last time. When she returned, her face was beaming with a bright smile. Kwang Soo asked her, "What on earth happened?" "Don't worry, it's all taken care of, right?" Zen recounted everything to Kwang Soo. Initially, she thought she was pregnant and was very worried, but just now in the bathroom, she confirmed otherwise. However, after hearing this, Kwang Soo was not happy. In fact, he stormed off in anger. Zen quickly chased after him, asking him what the problem was. It turned out that Kwang Soo was angry because he believed that they were in a relationship, and if Zen were pregnant, it would be their shared responsibility. Actually, this was also the first time that Zen had encountered such a situation, so she was also very worried and confused. Kwang Soo always believed that when Zen was confused, he should be confused along with her. Zen took the initiative to apologize to Kwang Soo and promised to tell him everything from now on. In reality, love should be like that. When two people come together, they should be more considerate of each other's feelings. Only in that way can they stay together. Due to Muyal having to enlist in the military, the hair salon hired a new assistant to replace him. Since Hyun Seong's arrival, with his quick-witted nature, he worked very diligently and was humble and quickly integrated with everyone. Even Gi BBM praised him endlessly, while Muyol was like a discarded concubine. No one even saved him any food during meals. After lunch, a special customer arrived at the salon. Upon seeing the customer's skin color, everyone avoided them. Soo Rai pushed the manager forward, but when faced with the foreign customer, the manager didn't understand what she was saying, and could only continuously wink at Soo Rai. In this moment of crisis, Hyun Seong stepped forward, and was seen speaking fluently with a foreign customer. The manager felt like he had found a treasure. He immediately became the new darling of the salon. This made Muyol feel even more dejected, because only yesterday, everyone had been sentimental and reluctant to see him go. Today, it seemed as if whether he was there or not didn't matter anymore. During meals, everyone revolved around Hyun Seong, which made Muyol extremely uncomfortable. The farewell party suddenly turned into a welcoming party for the new recruit, watching everyone take turns toasting with Hyun Seong. Muyol's mood was very gloomy, but fate was truly strange. The next day, Hyun Seong did not come to the salon. Just as the manager was about to look up his phone number in the file, he received a message. Muyol quickly snatched the phone to read it. "I don't think I'm a good fit for the bamboo wing." The salon was thriving despite Hyun Seong's sudden departure. Perhaps the happiest person was Muyol. Yet, the day of his departure came with a heavy heart. Gi Beam gave Muyol one last haircut, because she knew that after this goodbye, the two of them would likely not have another chance to meet. Everyone in the salon was also tactful and didn't want to disturb them. Finally, everyone saw Muyol off on his way. After just a few steps, Muyol suddenly ran back, hugged Gi Beam tightly, and said that he didn't want her not to wait, but that he hoped she could wait for him to return. In that moment, the two of them truly didn't want to part ways. Watching Muyol's figure fade into the distance, Gi Beam couldn't bear to leave. 3 months later, Gi Beam, along with Muyol's mother and younger brother, came to visit him. Just as Muyol's mother was happily about to hug her son, Muyol ran towards Gi Beam, ignoring his mother and brother. Even during lunch, Muyol had his mother take his younger brother out for a walk, not wanting anyone to disturb their private world. Muyol held Gi Beam's hand as they walked along a small path, sharing their longings for each other. Muyol was also informed by Gi Beam that Zen and Kwang Soo's relationship had been exposed. Although the manager didn't say anything, Zen still transferred to another salon. As for the assistant, in the hairstylist promotion exam, she surpassed Soo Rai and Gi Beam, becoming the substitute hairstylist. And finally, Yi Beam and Muyol went to the wishing forest. Although it's unknown what they wished for, a bright future lies ahead of them.